So I know a lot of you know me from my book, the Middle of the Night book, but I post a lot about parenting with gratitude and self-care and happiness and things like that. And I bet you're wondering, how do these two things connect, right? And so I wanted to tell you about how I wrote the book. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago where I got really sick and tired of my parenting. And I know that many of you have gotten there yourselves. And I was just so over it. Nothing was working. And I just was like, I'm so done reading these books that make me feel like shit. I'm so done with giving myself a hard time. I need just to be happy. And as soon as I switched my intention from being a better parent to being happy, I discovered, obviously, I had a lot of work to do. But also, I wasn't investing any time in myself. I wasn't choosing myself every day. And so one of the very first things I did, which for me, I didn't know what to do, but I had this thing in my heart where I was like, I live in California. I love the beach. I'm a Pisces. I need to be around water. I want to go to the beach once a month. So I committed to going to the beach by myself, having myself a little alone time at the beach once a month. And I did that for a while. And I went there when it was raining. I went when it was cold. It didn't matter. Every month I kept that commitment to myself. And one day I was there and I was sitting on a big log and it was cold and windy. And I was just letting myself breathe and feel. And I just knew all the words to this book. And I just got out my phone and feverishly just wrote most of the book into my notes app. And I let it sit there. And I was just for a while, it just was I can't believe this. This thing, channeled through me. And I know that there's no way that would have happened if I hadn't chosen my own happiness and given myself the space to be creative, because that was a need that wasn't being met. And so for me, it's extremely important to share with other parents that switching your intention makes an enormous difference in your life. Of course, I go to therapy, and of course, I meditate every day, and I take care of myself, and I exercise. But it's the intention. It's the intention to choose your own well-being first that can make a big difference. Because trying to be a better parent all the time, what's the other side of that? The other side of that is I'm not a good parent. But the thing is, you are. And we all are. Anyone watching this is a great parent already. And for me, the practice of gratitude swaps that around. It reminds me every day to look for the good that I'm already doing. The moments when I smile at my children, the moments where I pick up their socks and I'm not resentful. Those moments make my life now what it is. And I still yell, and I'm still triggered by my trauma, and we all have our thing. But I don't beat myself up about it anymore. That part of me, it's not as important as the part of me that says, Steph, you're doing a great freaking job. And you are actually really a happy person. And that has made all the difference. And so I talk a lot about my book and my next book and things like that, because that's my job. That's what I do for a living. But this, talking to you about gratitude, talking to you about choosing you, this is my life. This is my calling. And so I was given this gift because I chose it. And I want you to choose it too. And you can get there. And I'll be with you all the way, because it's not easy. And I have shit days, and I am not anywhere close to done. You never will be. So I'm glad you're here with me on this journey.